welcome to Rachel's Butterfly Effect. I'm Rachel, and today we're going to be talking all about the July energies and the energies that we can expect moving into this month coming, July 2022. So this is going to be such a huge month energetically. I've been, being told that July is going to come in with a lot of big energies. So I'm going to be talking all about that. So I am an energy healer, an energy reader. I also as well have connection with my higher self and different guides that help channel some of the information to me that I can then relay to all of you so that we can kind of work with the energies that are coming in over the next month. So we really have such a huge amount of energy coming in. So especially at the beginning of the month, I'm really seeing this huge gateway portal opening up that we are going to be moving through. And this gateway is actually going to be carrying us through July, August, as well as into September, about halfway through September. So the energies that we are feeling and some of the things that are going to be coming up in the next month are going to be kind of themes and things that are going to continually come up in the months to come. So the visual that I am being shown is really this huge, beautiful field with these valleys and these rolling hills that go up and down. They're just rolling hills. So we are going to be experiencing some highs and some lows and some peaks and some valleys within the next month. So this is also related to some of the energy that we are going to be experiencing is this high intense energy, and then this also retraction of that energy to allow us a little bit of time to integrate before we peak again. So I'm also seeing this like with this beautiful sun that we can see out in front of us, and we're moving through these peaks and valleys, and there's like this pull to want to move toward the light, to want to move closer to the sun. And this is what I'm really seeing in July, is that as we move through this month, we're going to be doing this up and down as we just feel this natural, gentle pull to keep moving toward this light. I'm also seeing for a lot of us that we can really see the light and see what is on the other side, so that we kind of hold that in our vision as we are moving through our experiences. For some of us as well, I almost see like a blanket that you can kind of see through, but it's maybe fogging a little bit that light. So if we're not 100% sure where this light is lying inside of our life or where we are going, you're still going to feel this natural pull to want to move forward and to discover what lays on the other side of that blanket or that veil. And it's not a thick veil by any means. It's like a screen, like one of those sliding screens that we have like before we go outside on our screened in porch kind of thing. So you can kind of see what's on the other side. It's just a little bit foggier, a little bit not able to fully see. As I'm moving through this as well, they're bringing up to me right now, like, hear the children in the background. And they're like, this is the energy that we want to be bringing forward as we move through these peaks and valleys. That it's really like this like blank slate is what they're saying, that we're like children and there's a blank slate where we then get to be curious and to discover as we move through this time and as we move into that next phase of our evolution, of our enlightenment, right? Next phase of our life. So we're really moving through this portal, and we want to step into this childlike energy where there is no conditions, there is no preconceived notions, where we're really just in a place of discovery and a place of self-discovery. So where we're really going to be diving in those valleys, when we go into those lower points, we're diving into ourselves and digging up and getting curious and playful and discovering what lies within our being. And then as we move into that peak, we're experiencing activations and high energy that is going to be coming in and really penetrating our being. So I'm really seeing, that we're we're moving into a huge, amazing amount of galactic energy. So what is coming up with that is like, I see this, like we're literally like a rocket right now, like shooting through the stars, and you can see yourself shooting through the stars, and there's just this like amazing, beautiful light that's just penetrating through you as you just fly through the stars. So this is also the energy that's really coming up in the beginning part of June. So these valleys and these peaks and these highs and these lows are going to be carrying us all the way through. Sorry, I said June, I meant July. So they're going to be carrying us all the way through July, but especially when the beginning part of July comes in, we're going to like shoot off like a rocket ship. That's what they're showing me right now. So we're going to have this like huge activation collectively. We're also as well, a lot of this is related to our galactic families, our galactic energy. A lot of star seeds and light workers are going to be activated during this time, so we can expect a lot of Kundalini activations, a lot of light activations, and we're also seeing that remembrance is still continuing. Right? That right now we are stepping into this place where we are discovering like, what is our legacy? What is our life purpose? What have we come here to fulfill during this time? And we're going to begin to gain clarity on that over the next 3 months as we move through these energies, because this remembrance and this connection to our soul and our soul's mission is really starting to anchor in right now. So as we move through July, they're showing that, you know, we're almost like hovering over top of these peaks and valleys as we go, right? There's almost like a very much a ungrounding energy. So they're saying to me right now that one of the very important things that we can do is to really ground in and to get again, that childlike energy is coming up. We need to ground into our physical, especially when we are starting to work with this high vibrational energy or this galactic energy. We have to also remember, and they're saying a lot of us are really craving that connection to our soul origin or to our galactic families. But we also need to remember that you chose to come here and to incarnate on this earth in this time as a human. So we have to honor both our human side as well as our multidimensional side as we move through this. So actually working with the body, taking care of the body, nourishing the body, grounding, right? It's going to be extremely, extremely important, tuning into all of our senses. So our body holds so much innate wisdom within it. So the more that we begin to connect and to ground, the easier those messages are going to come through, the easier your activations are going to be on you as you move through this time. So, you know, there's so many different grounding techniques, whether it's just being outside, whether it's like physically moving your body, eating really, really rich, high light foods, things that are grown in the sun. We also need to be hydrating and nourishing our body. Taking lots of baths and salt baths are also going to help cleanse our emotional body, because we're really clearing so much right now. We are clearing our physical bodies. We are clearing our past lives. We are clearing, you know, the way to our future life. We're clearing out a lot of density on the planet right now. And this is really what I'm seeing is like when this light begins to really come in, it's actually going to penetrate the deepest parts of our body, the deepest parts of our being. And this is going to bring up a lot of density to the surface so that we can actually begin to work with the density and clear it. So I'm also, you know, hearing that there's a lot of fear in working with our density. But the thing is that this is part of the human experience. This is part of being on this planet, is that it has been a dense planet. It has been a dense experience for many, many, many generations, right? And for thousands of years. And that's the reason why we are here, is because we are really beginning to actually clear a lot of that out. And the energy that is coming in is going to be shifting that with us and for us. So the more that we can lean into the darkness and into the shadow within us, right, or the density within us, the easier this process is going to be. So a lot of the time they're saying that we need to get out of resistance. So a lot of the time when we feel ascension symptoms, or when we feel, emotions bubbling up, we want to push them down and then go right into judgment over the fact that I'm not feeling high vibe right now. I shouldn't be feeling anger. I shouldn't be feeling jealousy. I shouldn't be, so attached to this person. I shouldn't be feeling like I'm a victim. I shouldn't be. And there's a lot of I shouldn't be's coming up that are going to come up over this next month. So we want to move away from the I shouldn't be and step into I am. Right? So I am experiencing anger. I am experiencing negative emotions. I am. And the more we can step into this I am presence, where we are actually present and honoring what we are physically experiencing, the easier it's going to be for us to clear it and to navigate it. So when we get into the resistance to our present moment and what is actually coming up to us, it makes the situation actually harder, and it also as well makes it last longer. So they're saying, like, with this energy, we really have the opportunity to clear extremely fast. It's like that's all I'm hearing right now, right? Just like this clicking, where it's just like, and that's gone, and that's gone, and that's gone, and pattern dropped, and moving forward, and this and this. And we have this like snapping energy, but we have to lean into it. We have to honor it. Like children, again, are coming back up, that I'm like, children don't judge their temper tantrums, right? So like a child feels their emotions so deeply, and then they just scream it out to the world, and they stomp their feet, and they throw themselves down on the ground, and they just feel it, right? And then they don't judge themselves for it at the end. All of a sudden it's like, I'm happy again, like 2 seconds later, and they're just moving on to the next thing, right? And we need to do that as well, where we need to drop the stories that are attached to our shadow and our quote unquote, like they're saying, negative emotions, even though no emotion is negative. That's the thing. So whether it is that you are feeling this frustration or this anger, they want you to lean into it and to be like a child. Feel it, allow it to wash over you, be in it, right? And breathe through it. So that's what they're really showing me right now, is like, as that anger comes in, there is also a healthy way to experience all of these emotions. And a lot of us have been conditioned to not deal with our anger, our sadness, our grief, our frustration, right, in a healthy way. So how can we begin to work with these emotions in a healthy way, where we can feel them, we can honor them, we can sit with them, we can listen to them without them actually being expressed in a potential toxic manner, right? So we're going to have a lot of this coming up over the next month. So let me just see what else they're saying. Yeah, so they're saying this isn't gonna let up. I know so many of us are like, when is this gonna end? This has been so much for me. I'm getting tired, right? I don't know if I can handle more. And they're saying that you are never going to get more than what you can handle. So the more that we can ground into what we are experiencing in our now moment, the better. And allow yourself to be in the uncomfortable, and that's going to help you move forward, right? As we move into this light and this new version of ourselves and this new earth that we are building. And new earth is also coming up as well, that, as we're moving through this, we need to get really clear on our future self. What does that look like, right? Where a lot of us are like, we want to be in new earth, we want to be in bliss, we want to be in abundance. What does that mean to you? The more specific that we can get, the better. So we want to get very, very, very specific about what it is that we are creating, right? And the more specific that we can get with that, the better. And the easier that you're going to be able to call it into your awareness. So, you know, when we talk about raising our vibration to be a vibrational match to what we are calling in, we want to one of the best ways to do that is to actually be in the uncomfortable so that we can clear out that density. So because as we sit within the density, right, we are kind of coming into this peak and valley, and we're going to be squeezed a little bit, and then we're going to expand and come out, and then we're going to be squeezed a little bit. But every time we come out, we're going to be raising our vibration higher and higher and higher each time, right? And then we also as well want to be getting more and more clear as to what does new earth mean to you? What does that look like? What does that feel like? What would you be doing in that new earth, right? And then we want to start walking toward that new earth as we move through these peaks and valleys that we are moving through right now. So this is extremely important that we are holding on to our vision of what new earth is so that we can actually anchor what that vision is. So there's a lot of anchoring that needs to happen within the physical, whether it's that we're really grounding and anchoring. We need to be present in every single moment. We need to, drop some of the past, drop some of those past stories that we tell ourselves. So it's like, again, a child isn't going to hold on to the temper tantrum that they had yesterday and then blame themselves for it and get angry at themselves for it and beat themselves up for it. They just let it go, and today's a new day, right? So we need to start to move into this where we can actually be in our present moment, honor where we are, let it go, and then take the next step, and then be in that moment and honor what that moment is. So really, a lot of us have this escape kind of mentality right now because things are so uncomfortable and because everything's really sitting on the surface that we have this want to escape it. Whether it's, this want to escape our reality, escape our emotions, escape what we are experiencing in our physical. And they're also saying that there isn't any escaping and there isn't anyone coming to save you, that you have to be in it and you're actually exactly where you're supposed to be, exactly where you were supposed to be. This is extremely intentional that you are where you are at right now. So we can really sit within that, and it's okay to sit within that. And then as we move through this time, we're going to begin to see those, like I'm literally seeing like shimmering, like this just beautiful, like shimmering, beautiful light, right? So we're really stepping into this like shimmering, beautiful energy where we're going to start to see all those sprinkles and all those like rainbows, right, of energy that we are really stepping into. And they're also saying that rainbows can be, a sign to you that you are stepping in and that you are walking toward that light. So whether it's, a rainbow in a hose, or whether it's a rainbow in the sky, or a rainbow around a light or a crystal, or whatever it is that we want to notice when we're seeing those rainbows, and we want to step into that energy, right? That pure light where there isn't any attachment, there isn't any judgment, there isn't any ego, right? Because it really is this inner struggle that we are experiencing right now with where we are at. We're not happy with where we're at, so we want to be somewhere different than where we're at, so we're not able to actually shift into that if we're not honoring where we are at, right? Because it's a journey, it's a process. So we have to start to step into as we're like growing, it's like growing pains. We have to step into allowing yourself the time and the space to develop and to grow, just like a child does. So, and like they're really bringing up, it's interesting that there's like so many children playing around me today, because I think, again, this was intentional. They want us to really step into that child, where that child doesn't have judgment over their emotions. They don't have preconceived notions. They don't have stories that are attached to their present moment. They're so present, right? And that's something too. If you have children, play with your children, be present with them, put your phone down, turn off the TV, and go outside and search for bugs in nature, and be present with that, because they're going to tune into your senses by allowing yourself to do this. And if you don't have children, go do something that you enjoyed when you were a child. What was it that you did? Did you like to go camping? Did you, love to dance? Did you love to sing? Did you love to search for bugs? Did you, like to have bonfires? Whatever it is, right? Did you like to go swimming, biking, right? All these different things are coming up. Do it. Right? Go out and do it, because this is going to nourish that inner child within you and help you connect to that childlike innocence that we all have, because there is this spark within us that sits within us all of the time, and we want to begin to grow that spark of light. And one of the best ways to do that is to really step into that inner child. So we're going to have a lot of inner child healing that is going to come up in July. Let me just tune in and see if they're bringing in anything else for July. So I'm really right now seeing this pillar of light where it's reaching up through the crown of our head, really reaching up and connecting us up into the divine and into the astral realm and into our guides, into our higher self, into source energy, God, the universe, whatever it is that you want to call it, right? And then we also have this, it's coming down, 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 and it's shooting straight down into the earth. And it's anchoring into Mother Earth. And this is where we want to be, where as we expand our consciousness up, we have to ground down even more. So we're getting into a little bit of, they're saying trouble. We're getting into a little bit of trouble right now when we're reaching our consciousness up, 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 right? And then we're actually fractaling and splitting our energy. So we have to begin to ground down, 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 down as we reach up, 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 up. So there's like this opposition that is happening within our energetic being. And we want to get into that, like pushing down to pull up at the same time. So we want to, grounding is coming up hugely, but it's not necessarily just like walking in nature. It's not even necessarily like a surface level grounding. It's a deep, deep grounding. So we can do this through activating our, so we can do this through activating our root chakra, but we can also do this from activating our Earth Star as well. So they're bringing up the Earth Star because the Earth Star chakra actually sits below, right, your being and below your energy, and it's actually in the earth. So the more we can connect to the Earth Star, the more we're going to be able to ground our energy, because a lot of us are starting to become activated in our soul star, which is that direct connection. That is our Akashic record. That is our origin, right? And all of this direct connection to source energy. So we have to be grounding in through the Earth Star at the same time, because they're saying that the soul star is going to be activated for a lot of us. So as that's activated, we have to consciously activate our Earth Star at the same time. So maybe I can put forth an activation for you guys for that, so that we're grounding in, because it's not just about a surface level grounding. It's not just about that, root chakra grounding. It's about a deep, deep grounding. So it's really about not necessarily like walking in nature or doing even a meditation. It's about actually dropping into your present moment. I can't stress this enough. It's about being the witness of your present moment. It's about being conscious in every moment. And we're starting now to move into this mastery phase where we are the masters of energy. We are the masters of our multidimensional being. We are the masters of the physical and of manifestation. So that's kind of what is coming up that they want us to really beginning to bring forward into our July energy. And this is something that we are going to continually be expanding on and growing on over the next 3 months, and how important that is. So yeah, they're also bringing up the full moon. I haven't done a lot of research in the full moon, but yeah, so they're giving me a couple like dates right now that the beginning of July, the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th is going to be a huge activation. And then there's going to, you know, that's going to carry forward a little bit until about the 10th. And then we're going to have a tiny rest period, and it's going to peak again around the full moon. So we're going to see a lot of big energies coming in at that time. So yeah, just being mindful of those dates as you move through this time so that you can begin to really step into those energies. And I always am giving energy updates, so you guys can, you know, follow me on Instagram at Rachel's Butterfly Effect at my handle is Rachel's Butterfly Effect. If you have questions, you can always email me, which is Rachel's Butterfly Effect at gmail.com. So yeah. So they're saying that this is huge. This is super, super exciting. So we're going to be seeing, you know, the collective energy is really going to be bubbling up as well, you know, within its density. So we're going through this on a physical, individual level, but we're also going through this on a collective level. So they're saying that, you know, we need to just be very mindful of what energy we are putting into the collective right now and where our attention and awareness is going within the collective. So again, as we become more conscious, we're going to move away from, you know, some of that collective density that is bubbling up right now, and that there's actually nothing to fear within any of the density that we are seeing, whether it is the collective density or your individual density, that we want to move away from stepping into it, or we want to move into stepping into it and move away from trying to be in resistance or control of it. Right? Because the more we are in control of it, the more chaos is going to be in our present day life. So I hope that this resonates with you. Please leave comments. You can like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you enjoyed this information. The more likes, the more people will see it. So I always appreciate that. And I'm sending you guys so much love and light. And yeah, make sure that you are definitely following me on Instagram. I will put that below in the description so that you can head over there. So you can really see all the little updates that are coming up. I also as well have my email list where I give a weekly energy update, so that can also help to just kind of tune into each week over the next month and what is going to be coming up and how we can really work with that energy. So I'm sending you guys so much love and light. Thank you so much for being here, and I can't wait to be back again next month because this is just such an amazing, beautiful time, guys, and I love you all.